I have no illusions about what little I can add now to the silent testimony of those who gave their lives willingly for their country. Words are even more feeble on this Memorial Day, for the sight before us is that of a strong and good nation that stands in silence and remembers those who were loved and who, in return, loved their countrymen enough to die for them. Yet we must try to honor them, not for their sakes alone, but for our own. And if words cannot repay the debt we owe these men, surely with our actions, we must strive to keep faith with them and with a vision that led them to battle and a final sacrifice. Our first obligation to them and ourselves is plain enough. The United States and the freedom for which it stands, the freedom for which they died, must endure and prosper.
Today is a day to stand in recognition and honor of all those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice and service to this nation. We commend the demonstrations of courage and strength that these men and women have no doubt shown throughout the most difficult times. More than 1.1 million men and women have died in wartime throughout the span of our nation's history. Far more than the populations of San Francisco, Boston, Seattle, or Washington, D.C. These numbers should truly humble us as they represent people, individuals who were brothers, husbands, mothers, sisters, and friends. These were people woven into the fabric of communities across the nation. They are loved, they are mourned, and they are missed. Personally, I cannot begin to comprehend the moment when you send your loved one off to war. You watch them disappear out of your line of sight, knowing it may be the very last time that you see them, hug them, tell them you love them. But this has been a stark reality for many families in this country. So too have been the calls, the middle of the night phone calls, and the chaplain standing at the front door of the next of kin to tell them that their loved one has been killed in action. It is all too easy for those who have never suffered such losses to see past the holes that were left in the families and communities. That's simply human nature. As Franklin D. Roosevelt once said, those who have long enjoyed such privileges as we enjoy forget in time that men have died to win them. But Memorial Day is a chance to reconnect to the genesis of our nation's and numerous freedoms. It is an important day on which we ground ourselves to the reality that every Gold Star family knows. Our way of life has been shaped and made possible by those who have served and by those who are lost. Working together with friends, neighbors, veterans groups, and entire communities, we can ensure that the sacrifices made by our nation's finest and bravest never go unappreciated, and that their memories are never forgotten. It is by your heart and your spirit that our nation's superheroes can be immortal.